Welcome to the CraftStash live broadcast. I'm Jeanette Lane, and we're super excited today because Paula Pascual is here.
Hello.
Hi, friend. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
And you?
I'm great. I am really looking forward to this show because you might not know, but you have a brand new line called Bright Rosa.
I have indeed.
With some stunning dyes. These dyes they're show-stopping. That's the only way I can describe them.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, I did go for big, bold. Hopefully also pretty. So, and versatile, hopefully as well.
Definitely. So we have a great show planned for you. We've got special demonstrations from Paula. We're going to show you some of the beautiful inspiration that she's brought with her using her Bright Rosa dyes. And there's also giveaways. We're going to give away some prizes today.
That's so exciting.
But before we get to that, I want to make sure that the stream is seamlessly broadcasting to YouTube and also Facebook. So I'm seeing us on Facebook. Hooray! And the volume is up. So let's say hello to Pam Golding, Samantha Dawkins, Helen Ousley, Shelley Yalden, Tom McCormick, Helen Griffin.
Hi, Helen.
Helen Griffin of Simply Made Crafts is watching. Hello. Helen Ousley, Sue Lloyd, Yvonne Hodge, Becky Holiday, who rushed home from work and she made it just in time.
Oh,
Hooray! Ann Cutts. And let me go.
Hello, Anne.
Oh, people you know?
Yes.
Yay! You're quite popular, Paula. You know everybody.
I know other people, but let's put it that way rather than
Nice. There we are. Hooray! And YouTube is good. We have Laura watching. Deb is watching from Minnesota, USA.
Oh, hello to Minnesota.
Yay! Awesome. Everybody's really excited. Great. Great stuff. So, okay, I think it's going good on YouTube. Let us know if it's not working on YouTube. Head over to our Facebook page. If it's not working on Facebook, head over to YouTube. We are good. Okay, so today's prize bundle is valued at over 150 pounds. We're going to tell you how to enter that giveaway in just a bit. But first, we want to dive into these dyes.
Okay, so shall we show one of the dye, or the packaging, so they can see what it looks. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about it. I have had questions about the name of Bright Rosa. So because my ideas of dyes are kind of like, I like clever concepts and things that are very versatile and you can use different ways, but also I love very bright colors. So the first word I wanted bright, and then Nick, who's one of our bosses, came out with the word rosa, which is my favorite flower in Spanish, which is rose, and also it means pink in Spanish, so it kind of works that way. So when Bright Rosa is all about is those bright, bold, concepts, but that you can make it in many different ways. So the first concept that I kind of came up with and I wanted for the collection is the bands. The bands allow you to create, bands across the cards, the kind of layer and that big bold flowers or butterflies or hearts. But then you can then do, because of the band, how it's been designed, you can then do pop-up, whether it's flowers, whether it's hearts, whether it's which I think we are going to demonstrate the first one, which is going to be to create a pop-up like that, and you see the butterfly. So it falls completely flat, but then it has got that 3-dimension. But also you can do mini albums or shape cards like that. So there is a lot that you can do with the bands itself. I designed them so basically this one fits on a 6x6 card in the front if you want it on an A6 vertical and on an A6 horizontal. So you still have got a really nice decent size, but you don't have an odd shape that you don't have an envelope for it. So that one.
Can I please show that on the close-up camera because it's stunning. You have to see this up close. Such an intricate dye.
Yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it? And by the way, I want to thank Beth, our graphic designer, who helped me with this collection, and it's she did such an awesome job with me. So for she had to work with me.
No, it's awesome. Like the size.
The size. Yeah, because basically this is an A6 card, and look, you can see how it fits right inside it. So it's kind of a really nice way to do it. That big bold as well. There is a frame in there that I put it on an A4, and it still works really well. But again, you can do pop-ups with the heart as well, the heart band. So that kind of gives you the ability to do it. I like things off the page a little bit to create that kind of more. Kind of a little bit more modern, more contemporary, but also because the panels have got all that intricate detail into it, so you can do that, you know, your pretty layer style as well. And if you want to do, for instance, this is an 8x8, so we have gone from an A6 card to an 8x8. So here we have got the ferns, which is one of my favorites. I think a lot of people favorite dies because they have got 7 inches in height, so then it's really nice for larger cards, and then you get a few of the smaller ones. And then also I wanted to have these more bold words, and the way to do it in one way is to cut into the card. So these ones cut into the card, but then you have got the outer frame that will cut it out, and then you have got the script sentiments as well that mix and match into there. So you can create, for instance, that one. If I put it there, you can see. So you can see how the bold fang and then the U is all part of the side. That one would be the sentiment words, and then that one would be the love words. So you can send in big hugs, you can send in love, and then there is different ways of using, like for instance, this one, Nikki Gilbert, the editor of Creative Stamping, has made that one gorgeous. And also included in the collection, part of it is the borders dies, which this one features the flowers, so they mix and match with the bands, but it's different sizes. Yeah, that's a mini album that I did with a heart band, and then I used a fern to decorate it.
Ooh,
and it's that's how it's meant to be. It's meant to be a kind of something that you open up. No.
I thought it was a card initially.
It's kind of, so basically you have got all these different pages, and it's kind of interactive. So this is what it's meant to be. It's meant to be more of a junk journal sort of thing. Like kind of, I used like cut papers that I had, with my inks and my acrylic paints, and then
inky and colorful.
Yeah, colorful. But you can make it into, if you wanted to make it more simple, and that doesn't come out. So this one kind of is just regular pages.
Gorgeous.
So that way you just kind of just trim the bands away. So
you know what I love about it is, well, first of all, the size.
Yeah.
But also like the fern dies.
Yeah.
They're good for masculine makes as well.
Yes, that was very important because
can't forget about making
I think masculine makes always is the one thing that I always get asked, and that kind of thing is nice to do. What I think is kind of contemporary masculine cards. So then what I also did, it was part of the edge builders, so that there are dies that cut into the card, so there is 3 of them, and then those big bold words that cut into the card, so you can do happy birthday, and then you can just make the colors, and then this works for a man, but also works for a woman that doesn't like flowers or butterflies. You know, there are some people who don't. You know,
we all love flowers and butterflies.
And there are men who love flowers and butterflies. I know a couple of them. So then it's just. But you can see this is again the border die and the words that we have trimmed. Nikki has done this one. So Nikki has trimmed the top off, so then it looks like it's just a strip of a sentiment. And then the border die comes also with the edges. Whether it's the fern, whether it's the flower border or the butterfly borders, come with the die on the side. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
So the collection is sentiment dies, border dies, edge builders, and the band dies.
Exactly, yeah. So there's 4 concepts, and you have got 3 options of each. So you have got the sentiment. In sentiments, you have got the birthday words. So you have got happy birthday and wishes with the script. Then you have got the sentiments, which is thinking of you, hello, and thank you. And then you have got the love words, and then you have got the edge builders, which are the ones that have got that beautiful, like that one, the honeycomb, and those ones that cut into the card, which is 7 inches by 3.5 inches, so you can make it. And those ones are the butterflies that you have got in the screen are part of the borders as well. So you have got the one border that will cut it, as well as the solid and intricate individual ones. So you get a lot of, play with them.
Yeah, they're so cool, guys. I hope you can head to the CraftStash website, so craftstash.co.uk, and grab these. Don't miss out. And also craftstash.us if you would like to order if you're in the States. We want to share what the prizes are, and then also I'm going to tell you how to enter that giveaway. So there's 3 chances to win live on air. We're going to announce the winners at the end of the broadcast. But there's also 1 chance to win on the CraftStash Inspiration blog. So you can just go to craftstash.co.uk/inspiration. And then that way you can, people that can't watch live, they still have a chance to win some bright Rosa dies, which is awesome. So the 3 prize bundles that are up for grabs that we're going to announce the winners for at the end, it's going to be an edge builder and also a sentiment die at the same time. So really cool. So this is one of the bundles, and I think that's the honeycomb.
So yeah, that's the honeycomb and the birthday ones. Yeah.
Birthday ones. And then we have the sentiment words and also is that the lace?
Yeah, the lace. Yeah.
The lace.
The lace is more like oval shape sort of.
I think there's one right there. Yeah.
Yes, that one. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one.
Beautiful.
So if I put it there, you can see that's the lace that kind of creates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other prize is the geometric edge builder and the love words.
Yeah, love words. Yeah, that's how it should be. Yeah.
Amazing. So excited. Fingers crossed for you guys. I'm going to tell you how to enter that in just a bit. And I wanted to show the prize that's up for grabs on the blog.
Oh.
Which is a little happy bundle.
That is a really nice bundle.
I know.
Oh, so that's a lucky one.
It's going to be a butterfly band. I'm going to hand that to you. And then the butterfly border.
Yeah.
And then the heart band. And the fern border.
Oh. You're getting all of them?
Yeah.
All of them?
Get them all. So,
Can I keep them?
Yeah, I want to keep them. I need to get these. So these are up for grabs and on the blog. So make sure to head to the CraftStash Inspiration blog. You can enter that for that big prize bundle. Okay, and then to enter for the on-air giveaway, all you have to do is answer the question, what's your favorite color to craft with? Because obviously all these samples that you have here, this inspiration, it's so colorful and bright. But some people don't prefer bright colors. They like more like vintage, muted tones. So let us know what's your favorite color to craft with. Answer in the comments, and we will randomly pick 3 people, announce them at the end of the broadcast. And you have stuff to show us.
Yes. So shall I start doing a pop-up with a butterfly?
Yeah, show us how to get that.
Because I think that is the one that I get the most questions about how to do it, because they see the band and they say, well, how do you do from something completely flat to something that is like this? I mean, and it's not a small, can you see that it's kind of
like if you angle it, maybe you can see.
It's just like this black, so you can see there.
Let me read some of the comments because everybody is loving stunning large dies. Linda Duffy says they're stunning large dies.
But there are some small as well. So what I wanted to make is like from the tiny butterfly, which is this one. If I put it in here, so that one is about, I would say it's just 1.5 inches in width. So to the very, that one which is massive.
Yeah,
so you have got a kaleidoscope of butterflies.
Nice.
I believe that's
range of sizes.
And the same with flowers, you get them.
Leanne Higgum says, these are one of the best dies I've ever seen.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Fabulous dies, Sue Lloyd says, fabulous dies.
Thank you. Well, I tried to do something that I wanted to use, and I know that sounds very selfish, but it's kind of.
No.
I kind of thought it's like, no, there are a lot of dies out there, right? And for many years, I used to design dies a long time ago for a very big brand, one of the largest brand. And then I went, I didn't design for a long time because I didn't, just kept going. And then when I had the opportunity, I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted large dies that were versatile, that you could do different things, that you could use them for art, for home decor, for car making, as well as for art journaling. Okay.
Yeah, so let's get started on that first demo. Okay. You can enter the giveaway. Oh, sorry. It's okay. That's fine. I'm fine.
Right, shall I go home now? I mean, no. I handicap more people around me.
What was I saying?
Sorry.
commenting, tag your friends, make sure to share and tag so that people can watch the replay, because these demos are going to be awesome, but also a chance to win on the blog. And to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is answer the question. What's your favorite color to craft with? Okay.
Ooh, I know one thing I have forgotten, obviously.
What is it?
Well, I have forgotten already 2 or 3 things that Jeanette had to go and fetch. Poor thing. I mean, not only I am, but low-cut tape, do you have any?
Like washi tape?
Yes, washi tape.
Yeah, we have some around here somewhere.
Right.
Oh, I see it. Let me
Yes.
grab it. Don't mind me.
Sorry, I'm not going to touch anything in case just that I can because otherwise, you know, it can happen. Well, I just say that I'm the clumsiest person on earth, and probably already in how much, 10 minutes we have shown that. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut the butterfly bands. You can see there that's the one that. Now the butterfly band die, as well as the hard one, they have got these. I wanted to have those notches in here, and you will see that cuts it. Because the reason is that you can thread ribbon through it, but also if you wanted even a bigger butterfly or a band, you have got an easy to cut through. So for instance, in this one, in the heart, I wanted all the pages in here to have the clean edge. You know what I mean, the band here?
Right.
So then by having that cut, it allows me to know exactly where to cut them through, so to have a clean edge, and that works as well with the flower.
Nice.
Right, so I'm going to just put the butterfly band into my machine. Now all the dies will fit through a traditional width machine, which is a 6-inch. So the big shot, the catalog, the Jane Davenport, it wouldn't fit. However, I like to use an A4 just because it gives me the more versatility in terms of the ability of using the dies maybe horizontal, whatever. But they all, none of them are wider than 6 inches.
Even if you rotate it and cut it.
Right. No, this one obviously you would through a big shot you would only be able to go like that, but that's all you want to do. This is what I mean by having an A4 that gives you the ability to do it this way or that way. So now there it is. You can see has cut. Now all the bands, the 3 bands, are 7 inches in length. And here I didn't want to have a long band because then you're always, you know, using too much card. If you wanted to for instance, wrap this around a bottle or a box that is a little bit bigger, what you do is you put the ribbon through it, and that's how you do it. Sorry, I just kind of used you put the ribbon through this, and that way you can have it as long as you want, you know, so that sits on the top. Right, so we have got the bit, and now what we are going to do is just fold it in half. Now you can use a scoring folder if you wanted to. Border, scoring board.
Oh, a scoreboard, yeah.
Yeah, in here, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to. Do you have an embossing tool? And
just
just like that. I know exactly what I mean.
You got
this? Yeah, so this is gonna be fine. You can see that. Okay,
do you want me to move the die cutting machine?
Yes, I will need it in a minute. But
well, I can move it out of the way.
Right, so we can see it here. Now what you want to do is score the butterfly band, and you don't want to have it scored anywhere inside those lines. So basically you want to score a line that is on that side. You know what I mean? On here. So you can use, if you wanted to, can you see that there is that line here? So you can use that as a guide.
As a score, like a scoring tool.
But
do you need an actual book folder? I have one, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. That kind of works in here. So you can see it there. So that kind of goes out that line in here. And then I'm going to do the same here. I just find it here. There it is. So that is kind of what it is. So what you want to do is to have it like that. Okay, so you can see that. Right. So I'm going to put that onto my page. because I'm going to die cut it in a section. So I have got here that bay ball color, you know, I did say that I like bright. Now this could be the inside of a card. Now for these sort of cards you need a large card, so an 8x8, an A5 horizontal, an A4, you know, you need a large card. So we have got the scoring line here and we want to match it to those scoring lines in there. So that will allow us to make sure that it's a perfect pop-up that folds completely flat both on the open and closed. If you wanted to say, if you don't mind that it doesn't open completely flat, you could even do them like this and it still can fold.
Oh yeah, okay.
So to do that you can just glue it like that, and that way you could put it in any other way, in any other placement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By having like this, you know that it's gonna completely close and open completely flat. So once you have got this, we're gonna put a little bit of glue on only that score line there. And
this is so cool, Paula. Everybody is saying it's fabulous.
Oh, thank you. So now you press down in here and you want a strong glue, and then just close it up. Okay, so let it dry and set perfectly. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my, now this is where I need my washi tape.
There you go, washi tape.
Thank you. Oh, I like, this is very Spanish one, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like dancing, you know, it's like the, you know what they wear, like the flamenco dancers.
The flamenco dancers.
Yeah.
There's your die cut.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's really cool. So I have got black card in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut the butterfly. So the butterfly and well, all the bands have got the band, then have got the solid die, and then an intricate die that you can cut into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both dies side by side, and the reason being is because then I can die cut. I need two of them, and I'm going to do one at a time, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to run it through. And because of I have to be honest, I haven't used this machine for a while.
The slow binder.
Yeah. So I'm going to use it, I'm going to run it twice, just so to make sure that the bits pop up completely.
Because it has like some intricate details.
Yeah. And also by doing it twice, it means that the card really indents itself. So when you peel it up, it's just like it's completely clean. Can you see? If you just run it once, then you have to poke a few of them. They're completely perfectly cut, but then you know you have to spend a little bit of time. Doing that. Do you have a scissors? Sorry.
I do.
Usually I kind of come prepared with all my things, but this time I had to bring few things on. I left my toolboxes in somewhere else. Now I'd like to tap. Sorry, can I be rude?
Are you tapping?
Tapping. I'm tapping. Tapping. Right. So thank you, scissors. The reason why I want to take the scissors is just so I can cut this bit apart, and then I can put this bit in here. So now I cut it into the card. I'm gonna cut it out. Just make sure that I do it properly.
You know what I love about, okay, so Paula's using the Spellbinders Platinum, and this is a 9-inch, gives you a 9-inch width. And I love that it's A4 size, so you don't have to trim your cardstock before, you know what I mean? Because you always have to like stop and like, oh, I gotta trim my cardstock because it's not gonna fit through my 6-inch die cutting machine. But with the Platinum, A4 size goes through.
Yeah.
So it's
So basically this is what I meant about doing two at the same time. So I sometimes will use both dies at the same time on the same piece of paper, but it's a little bit risky if you do it. But it will fit, but it's better to do one at a time like I'm doing now. So that way you are doing, you know, you are not putting the dies too close to each other if you don't have washi tape, for instance, or something like that. Now this one, I'm going to just put it in You can see how, see, this is what I mean by passing it once, it will cut it perfectly, but some of those bits get stuck inside it.
Yeah.
So by passing it twice, chances are that the bits come off a little bit easier, but obviously it has like cut perfectly.
Look at that. It's gorgeous. Oh, I wanted to read this comment because it's amazing. So this is from Laura, Mrs. Stationery Stuff, watching on YouTube. She says that your designs are gorgeous, and she hasn't been crafting much lately as she hasn't been feeling inspired, but she says that these dies are like wow.
Oh,
they're wow,
you.
so she is inspired once more.
That's brilliant to know. So I don't want to touch it in case I hurt you again, so...
You attacked me with a die cutting machine. I'm going to tell everyone.
The attack of the Spanish, I'm not going to say the word, but yeah. Right, so what we have done is we have got glued that band, we folded in half, we folded those bits using the die. You know, you can use these bits as a guide as where to score it. You can score it maybe even more into here, that's up to you.
That was me.
It wasn't me.
Sorry.
Right. So then we have got here 2 of them, and if you wanted to do a simple pop-up, you can just glue that one and it will be a simple pop-up, but I wanted 2 of them, and the 2 of them, what you want to do is, so I'm gonna have that one for the front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the butterfly body, and well, more than cut, I'm gonna make a cut. So I'm gonna go from the head down, so just in the middle, up to maybe the tail a little bit like so. You can see here that I have cut it. So you still wanted to have it in one piece, and then the other one, so that one went from up and down. This one will go downward, from down to the say there. So can you see it? Okay. So then what you are going to do is, if I can have the glue, in that one, in one of them, it doesn't matter exactly which, you can do it either way, but one of them you're only going to put glue on the back on the right hand side. So I'm just going to put glue.
I like how you put it on your hand. That's such a good idea.
I learned it from somebody else, but it's sometimes I do it, depends on how flowy the glue is. I will put it on my back of the paper and then spread it out. Now, when you have got the cut, you wanted to put it wherever the fold is. So you can see that that fold is there. So basically only that half is actually attached to the butterfly band. Okay, so you can see that. Now in this one, I'm going to put glue on the left hand side, so that one is going to be glued to that bit in here.
That's so genius. How did you think of this? You crafty wizard.
Yes, right. You know, to be honest, I think I was creating those samples. You remember at the office when we just got it, and I remembered of the pop-up. I kind of thought about it, but I didn't. And then I thought, what if you cut it that way, and then you cut it that way? So now I have glued that one into here, and that is because I have put. You can see that I have interlocked the butterflies. That's why you need to cut up to here in one of them from the bottom up and one from the top up, and that kind of folds, and then.
And let me try to show that on the close-up, just so everybody can see. I think it'll be, you can really appreciate this genius engineering that you've done.
It's very simple. I mean, how long did it take to do it? I mean, it's just the simplest thing.
Think of it. It's easy to do now that you've explained it, but it's just awesome. That is so cool.
The cut is something that it has been done before, but then the band, I kind of designed it to be a mini album, and then when they said, well, I wonder if it will work, so then you say kind of, so then you can see this one, you could actually make like a mini album in which you have got, or art journal, where you have got all these pages in which every time is a different butterfly, and every time, you know, it's kind of a really kind of fun, isn't it? Or you could have flowers in one of them. So here in this one, what I've done is I cut one of the you sentiments from the sentiment words that has got thinking of you, thank you, and that has got the you as a script. And then here, this is the lace dye that I use. So what I do for these beads is, this is a leftover, right? So what you do is you're gonna throw away this, but don't throw it away. If you like art journaling or mixed media cards or things like that, what you do is you die cut it out. And then you have got these random pieces in here. And then they are perfect to add into there. So they are automatically that sort of way as well that kind of create those backgrounds. And then, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wanted to say, because you use the butterfly band for this, but there are 2 other designs available because some people don't prefer butterflies, and that's okay. So there's the flower band as well, and the heart band. And you have some examples of that as well.
The butterfly, can I show you the, sorry to lean across. That one, for instance. So that one is slightly different in the sense of pop-up because the butterfly one goes one way and another one, so you can make it into a simpler way. So that one, but it's exactly the same way that you fold it in half, you just cover the flaps and you glue them together. Now this one doesn't, can you see how this one doesn't fall completely flat, unlike the butterfly? That one will always be a little bit of triangular, and that's because I put the glue of the flaps, instead of being lined up that line to the scoring line, I just glue it to that. But that still works, but it's just always a pop-up or an easel sort of way.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
And the flower, there is another one of the flower cards that is
flower
a pop-up. Yeah, so if you want to see
behind
that
us,
one.
probably.
No, it's here. I think that well, there is one behind us, but so then that one is just to show you how in the front you can just use it as a you know, as a band, like wrapping around something, and then inside it has got this simpler but cut into the card as well. So you could do the same thing with the flower, that comes either way, but that way it allows you for slightly smaller cards. Obviously, if you cut another flower into here, then it will hang up, so you need a bigger card, if you know what I mean in that sense. Right. Nice. Also, by the way, this is the edge builder, the geometric pattern die in here. So I shall I show how I use them as stencils maybe?
Sure, yeah.
And then I can use some of my oxide. Sorry.
Do you need the die cutting machine again?
Yes, I do.
Yep. Shall we move your beautiful journal up the line?
Actually, I could, if you wanted. I have got some already.
Oh yeah, okay.
So then I kind of show it how it does. So this one is the lace one. So you can see how you have got the lace one has got every edge builder has got an outer die and then an inner die. So you can cut into the card, creating as bigger pieces as you want, or you can then cut it out and then it will fade to create those sort of cards. And then you will be able to fit that one into an DL card as well. It's not exactly an DL card, but it will fit on a DL envelope as well. Because it's very important to me that if you want to make cards, that it will fit in your envelopes, kind of thing. So that sort of way. So I'm gonna grab.
I want to mention. Oh yeah, the prizes. So you want to? We're giving away some prize bundles, 3 chances to win live on air. So this is one of the prizes. This is the actual lace edge builder and the sentiment word. So that's one of the bundles up for grabs. And to enter that giveaway, we're going to announce the 3 winners at the end of the broadcast. So there's still time to enter. All you have to do is answer the question, what's your favorite color to craft with?
So I think people will know by now that it's not my favorite. Funny thing of it, red is my favorite color, a deep dark red. But to craft with, I love pink because this is such a especially bright pink. So I'm going to just use distress oxides and smoothie to just put. You know, you can see how I'm adding that pattern into the art journal. Now you can. One of the reasons these patterns are thin, but not too thin that they are flimsy. Because I knew that I wanted to use them as a stencil, so the lines aren't too close to each other that you can actually be quite rough with them. And as a stencil, I'm using Craftwork Cards stamping card because it is 250 GSM, but it also has a coating on the surface, so for a stencil works really well. So I'm adding already the sort of pattern. I'm gonna go in. Sorry, can I use this for black?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I like to use Nuvo Hybrid on top of oxides because it kind of adds a little bit of a different dimension rather than black suit. So you can see how I'm kind of making the pattern offset it a little bit. And so the hybrids are less opaque, although obviously black is quite dark, than the oxides. The oxides are a little bit. So if you want to layer, I kind of like to go in with the black afterwards to kind of softens the color.
What did you use to cut your stencil with? Is it just
this? So I use the CraftStash ultra smooth stamping card, I think it's called. So that has got that coating on the surface on one side and completely porous on the other. So kind of the ink, you can see it sits really well onto it and kind of blends very well. So you can just go in and add more kind of that sort of effect. So you can see how if you want to make a very clean and simple, you can. If you wanted to make a really kind of layered card, art journal, mixed media sort of type, you still can with these dies. You know, I kind of mentioned my TV wife, which is Leone, who she likes to do a lot of mixed media and things like that, and she does use she really liked these dies because they kind of thought, well, actually I can use them with graphic 45, or I can use them with a lot of different styles sort of thing. So see, I'm just adding pops of blackness, so here a little bit more of black. So I'm going always either vertical or horizontal, never diagonals, because then you can, but you could go into circle because that kind of then have got more soft and edges in there.
We had a question about the sizing of the dies. So there's different,
so right. So let's start with the bands. The bands is 7 inches. They're always going to be 7 inches across, and the flower is just under 5.5 inches, I believe it is. I'm horrendous with sizing. Do we have a ruler?
No, probably not.
Oh, sorry. It just.
The sizes are on if you click on the actual products on the website.
So you can see it here. Now, oops, I need not to forget because always I would need. But obviously the die comes a little bit outside, so it's a little bit larger than just 5.5 inches, but you have got a sort of size from here to here that is 7 inches, that's for sure. I know that's for sure. So then it goes down into, you know,
and they work with the standard die cutting.
Yes, they will, because because even the flower one, which is the very largest die, this is not 6 inches. This is just under 6 inches, I believe. So that would be fine. You wouldn't be able to put it that way, but for the flower band, you don't need to. The only thing that you need an A4 is when you want to cut into the card to create an 8x8, and this has been cut into the card, and therefore you need to have that 8 aperture inch or 9 inches of the die cutting machine in order to put the die across it. Otherwise, this card, obviously, you would have to cut it into different ways. But that's the only times, or whether you want to create an aperture into something that is larger cards, obviously that's the only time where you actually require a bigger one. Right, so we have got that. I mean, we could then die cut a sentiment if you wanted to, or we can move into the card shape cards. How do you want
to? We have about 20 minutes.
Okay, so let's do the shape card, because then I think everybody knows how to then to finish this page. You could just put, you know, die cut the heart, which is one of the included ones in the heart band. You get 9 hearts in there. A lot of heart, and then you have got here and just put the U from the sentiment words, and these are stickers that I bought from my TV wife actually, right? And these also leftovers. Imagine then trim a little piece of here and then put it onto a white card, and you can you see how these, if you trim it, then it's quite nice with that kind of black, and so nothing gets or if you don't like the colors, obviously you can throw it away, it's just a piece of card, but you could actually put embossing powder over it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now that reminds me, I wanted to do one of the things in here that you can then, this also you could do, is just take a spray. That's a quick and easy. And
nice.
Do you have a heat gun? We have a heat gun, don't we?
We do!
But look at that, how quick and easy it was to create that background. And... ooh, that's a good one.
Got a two heat setting, so be careful.
But you can see how the pattern in there is with the light, and then I kind of, oh, and then I could have this in the other side as well.
Ooh, it's got some colors.
So that is now the next page for my, the starting point of my next page for my art journal. Or it could be a piece of card, and that could be, just put a butterfly in there, or flowers, or... I like it, it has got to
yeah, it's got like a lower speed and then super high speed. So that's the Wow Heat tool.
And I like that it's white. It probably will end up being any color but white by the end of me using. So see, you can see that even this, I use it as a stencil. You can then use it as another stencil, another technique over it. Then you can use the bits and pieces. So art journaling keeps every bit. And I usually have got like a box of all these inky backgrounds and things like that. That then
so you can just like cut it. Grab.
And then with the heart, for instance, this is what I did. Kind of you can see it here. That I just use, just like cut it, and look how lovely it looks. It looks just more textural. It looks more, a little bit more, I don't know, just texture and color. That one was as well that I did with this one with the colors in the background as well. So beautiful. You can see that.
Louise Sims says that the backgrounds are swoon worthy. Aww. Claire Jackson says she loves them all, real mantelpiece pleasers.
Oh.
Louise Noor says that she's loving the use of all the black card. It looks so good. It is very bold and bright.
Yeah.
Tara Green says that she loves these bandis. They're all so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
And let's see. Claire Jackson says, so much inspiration. Thank you. Vicky Metcalf, amazing ideas. Davina Hardy says that she's so inspired to do some of these.
Oh, good.
She just wishes she knew how, but it's so easy.
It's so easy. Yeah. It's so easy. Seriously, it's like the easiest thing.
Aw.
Right.
Kath is watching.
Right, so could we get a cutting machine? I told her I wanted to.
Yes.
Sorry,
I will get it for you.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case.
Safety first.
Yeah, exactly. Don't let Paula put it in. Yeah. So let's put that as well. And here, and the plates.
There you go.
I'll take Jeanette to A&E after this.
I'm fine, guys.
Right, so I'm going to die cut the flower band, and what I'm going to do now is a shape card. Now I think that probably is these.
The slippy mat.
The slippy mat, yeah.
This was to protect the purple mat.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. When I'm around, I mean, it's good to protect everything. Protect the table, protect the presenter.
Look at the word knee pads next time, so you don't hit me with it.
Well, you might as well do that, actually. Right, so I'm die cutting a couple of the flower bands to create that shape card. And I'm going to go in with a lighter pink. So I have done the darker pink. And so, okay. And then I'm going to go in. Shall I do yellow or another lighter pink? Which way? As you know what, I'm going to go for the yellow.
We have a lovely comment from Laura. She says that she loves how passionate Paula is about the products. It's definitely reassuring when a designer is passionate about their work.
Oh, thank you. That's a really sweet comment. I'm very lucky. I know that. I'm very lucky that I get to do what I really love for a living, and I'm very lucky that I get to share all these ideas and all these concepts, and then make them into projects, and then
we can all play with it.
Exactly. So shall I do yes, I've got 3. So yeah, this is me crafting. I always change my mind. I don't change my mind often, but I change it every time. So I'm just gonna use a piece of cloth but this is the important thing, is like that's the sign for me of a good dies that, you know, they kind of inspire you, take you into a creative road or a journey, you know, kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to do this. And then you think, what if I did that? What if I kind of mix it up? What if I try something slightly different or more adventurous? Or just, no, I want to make a clean and simple card with a very simple effect. No, I'm going to just use it alone. So this is what it's all about crafting. I think it's about creating and kind of experience. Now I have got here, you can see that the 4 of them, that kind of the flower band. You can see that also it has cut there. So again, from ribbon to cutting it up. Now what I'm going to do in one of them, so I'm going to have probably the lighter pink. How does this look nice? So the brighter pink in the outside, and then the pink dark. So the darker pink in that way. That way kind of works for me. See, you can see how I change my mind every single time. And therefore I'm going to cut into this one using one of the inner dies in here. So you have got.
Can I show the
Yeah.
there it is. It's over. No, sorry. The oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The flower band.
Yeah,
there it
that
is.
one.
That's that one. Flower band. And there's also other designs available. Butterfly band and a heart band as well.
So then I have got this. I'm going to put low tack tape, and then I'm just going to go run it through, and that's going to cut into the card, using that aperture in here. Now, also included in this, the flower band, you are getting that die. Now, that one creates a layering die that can go into here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, because I'm going to cut into these cards, and I love this green, right? And that one also creates snowflakes if you wanted to. So because it has that, yeah, for Christmas, yeah. Or for New Year, or for anything wintry. Now you can take it out.
Now you're good? Okay, do you need the craft mat still?
Not really, no. We can put this side. So this one also creates this one will create, so you can see it here. And by the way, in the packaging you have got here at what percentage is shown. I think the because I just wanted to make sure that if it says not shown on the actual size, you'd never know whether it's bigger or smaller.
Right.
Where if you say it's at 50%, then you know that it's actually much larger than in the packaging. And also I love that it's perfect for storage, and you have got the name on the top here, so then if you store them either vertically or horizontally, it's easy to find the die that is. So we have got that one, which is kind of the one, and that will layer perfectly on top of here if you wanted to use it that way. But also it makes those
are so cool.
So basically I use that one and the smaller one, which is also included, put some wire through it, and then just some Nouveau crystal drops in white. And by the way, these flowers have been created with this die and tissue paper.
That one.
The stamen are here. Yeah. Well, this one, and then the ferns here are also die cut. So I die cut 2 and glue them together, and you can create these flowers.
I believe there was a Deb on YouTube that was looking at the fern. She was thinking about it and she wanted to see what it looks like. So those are the ferns that you used in that little flower arrangement. It's gorgeous.
So then we have got to make like a mini album or a shape card. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to trim that bit in here, so you can see how that's one of the reasons why I incorporated that cut, how easy it was to trim that perfectly. And then I'm going to follow the fold in here that is part of the, you remember that die I showed you before with the butterfly? This one has got it as well. So you can use it as a guide as well to where to cut. Because when you run it through it, there's a small indentation. So I'm just going to just follow it. At home I probably would be a little bit more careful, but that means that it kind of will match it that way. You can go a little bit more closer to it. and then you have got that. So that's going to be how I'm going to build. That one is going to go that way. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put it now in here, because this flap is not necessarily going to be used. You can put glue across there and then glue it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you wanted to open that, then you don't put glue on that cut line in here. So let's just put it in here. So that, now you have got that already, that shape, it starts shaping cut. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it, following again the same line in here, and then I'm going to go in. So now if you wanted to, you could have in here, I could have cut it into the card again, or you can just use that one. There is another sample I think I did. I think I shown it before, that you have got like multiple pages. This one. So see, this one is slightly different, but it's the same principle of how you build the different pages into it.
Paula is regularly on Hochanda, so you might have seen her and recognize her from Hochanda.
Well, and kind of forget where the cameras are.
I know, because that's why I saw that you were pointing it that way. Like,
yes,
and for here it's different. It's like
it's different. Right, so then again, you can just put it in here, so you can see it how I kind of just go in, and again, just gonna put glue into these bands.
It's so beautiful, and these dies are so versatile. There's literally so much you can do. If you could just see all the, like, we only showed you a small percentage of the inspiration and the gorgeous samples that Paula has, because we just don't have time to show everything.
And of course, this you could do it within the scoring board, which I usually, to be fair, that's what I usually use, but I kind of, it's a little bit. But you can see how you can build that zigzag. Lisa Robson made that one.
Look at that. That's a hair clip.
Yeah, it is. Fascinated. Lisa is actually also the mom of Beth, who is a graphic designer who helped me with this collection. So it's a team effort, and also, you know, there were is it Dami who helped me with the packaging, the design, the practical.
So here's another one using that same die. And that is a little canister, little
So basically what I did, this is a coffee tin. I like to, I love coffee, so that one was, so I spray painted with one of these strong acrylic paint sprays. And then I just like cut it with paper and mirror cards, and this is paper as well, to just layer it all up, and then it's kind of quite decorative.
This center looks so different cut from mirror card versus, or how you did it in green with the
this
flower
one.
arrangement.
Yeah, so it's a very versatile in a way. You can just put it in different ways as well. So I kind of like it that way. Do I like it that way or that way? See, this is where the fun starts, and I can spend hours. I actually think it looks quite nice to have it offset, because this one then is slightly different, and so you can see it both ways with the other card that I did before it. And then you can just put it in here.
We have a question from Pooja. She's wondering if there is a matching flower stamp with this stamp.
No, there are no stamps. I haven't done any stamps for this collection. This was really want to dice. But it's
stay tuned.
Yeah, so here I'm gonna just put a sentiment. So I'm gonna go in, and I think I have like a box of sentiments that I have done that. So I could put sending, for instance. That kind of works. So you can see how it cuts into the card. The thank you in here. So I'm probably going to, or sending big hugs, love. Big hugs, love. It's like that's thinking of you as well. I think I'm gonna go with thank you, because that's a quite cool thing. So I keep the sentiments in a box, so I put them, and I have got them ready. By the way, the sentiments, if you see them, they are all the same width. They're all same 6 inches, cut into 6 inches, but then the actual letters is 4 inches, so you can build that messages, so they're always gonna fit into that just under 4 inches. So basically you can then send in love, send in big hugs, so everything mixes and matches, send in And then also the other thing is that you each of the dies will cut into the card, and then you have the outer die. So if I show it to you with love, you can see. So you have got this die that will cut into the card, the words love, but you also have the matching one that cuts it out and also gives you the perfect mat if you wanted to.
And there are 3 sentiment die sets to pick from. There's the birthday words, the sentiment words, and the love words, and those are all part of the prizes. 3 chances to win.
I'm kind of gonna go in with, yeah, I like yellow. So then you can do it different ways. You know what? I should really. Can I die cut it so you can see how?
Sure.
Sorry to ask you again to get the motion out. It's. We could use a small one if you wanted to. But
No, it's okay. We got this one out.
okay, thank you. Yes, thank you.
There they are.
So, do we have time to show the messages how they work into there, or just I'll let you take this out?
Yeah, we're running out of time, so I would be here all day because
Yes.
this is fascinating and I'm learning so much and everybody's super inspired and loving the dice.
Oh, thank you. Where is this? I spend more time looking at the end of the tape rather than actually.
No worries.
Do you? Does it happen to you at home?
Yeah, you're trying to find.
Yeah, time to find.
I
things.
usually feel it with my finger. I'm like, where is it? It's on the edge.
But also in the craft room, like I spend sometimes more time making, looking for things than actually
Yeah.
making cards. It's just like what. And I am kind of quite organized crafter. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you can see that in this case I have cut it all out of it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue it here. And also because, see, I wanted these kind of sentiments that are quite contemporary, like kind of this font that is just, it's very, how you say, clean and simple, and so but if you were individual letters it would be so difficult to glue them together, so hence why I've done them like so. And then you can have it just kind of go in like this. So I kind of go in, I'm gonna do it as a banner, so I'm gonna cut it like so. And then we have got the card, and then I'm just gonna put it there.
Jean Neve says she's never seen so many ideas in a demo before.
Well, I'm just,
Yeah.
thank you.
Danny Hutchinson says, fantastic demonstration today. Really enjoyed it. Sue Lloyd, amazing demo. So many ideas and inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Aww.
So there we have got the card. So it's slightly different because that one goes like a zigzag, that one can go kind of all hinge on one side. So I hope this shows you how you can create, this is the same principle, and you could do the same with the hearts. So you can see how you can create those shaped cards that actually are designed to fit into a standard size as envelopes, but you can then make them into mini albums, memory albums. You can make them as pages of your journals, home decor, so much.
So cool. Thank you, Paula, for sharing that with us. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for having me.
What a great show. We learned so much, we were inspired, and we love your new Bright Rosa collection.
I'm gonna keep crafting.
You keep going.
Yeah.
So I think we have our winners.
Oh.
And I'm going to announce our 3 winners. But also, don't forget to go to the CraftStash blog. So that is craftstash.co.uk/inspiration to enter to win that mega bundle of the bands and all that. So you can get that prize on the blog. Don't forget, that is open until Sunday at midnight. So, our winners! Hooray! So this is the first prize. Do you want to hold that for me?
Yes,
Paula?
of course. Sorry, I'm just standing there thinking about what I can do next. Holding them.
All right. First winner is Sharon Roberts. And she says her favorite color is pink, going towards aubergine.
Oh, that's a really cool color. Yeah.
Well done. You can send a Facebook private message to us with your mailing information, or you can send me an email, Jeanette@craftstash.co.uk, and I will send your information to the right person.
Yes.
And that's Janette. Second prize, hooray!
Oh, sorry, I'm just like, again, I want to thank you. Just like,
You're fine.
You have
fine. You're fine. All right. So the second winner is Tara Gurian. She says her favorite color to craft with is purple, usually complemented with shades of blue and silver. Purple seems to be a universal color for cards.
Yes.
Yes. Well done. Hooray for you. And the last prize.
I know. I have to hold up for this time. Finally, third time lucky.
Is Danny Hutch. She likes to work with all kinds of pink and purple shades. There are so many amazing colors out there, and it all depends on her mood and who she's making the card for, even the theme of the card, which, yes.
Yeah,
Congratulations to the winners!
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Paula, for
Thank you for having me.
us.
And for letting me, create havoc.
No,
You
it's
know,
fine.
in the studio.
You know what? You brought us such amazing dies, and we're so excited for your new brand, right, Rosa? Stay tuned. Watch this space.
Christmas is coming.
Hint,
Just
hint. Well, thank you, Paula, for coming.
Thank you, Janette.
What a great show, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.